Hello friends, welcome to this defining moment in your life where right now you're juggling with a lot of ideas regarding what particular branch to choose for your post-graduation. Now, how important is it to choose the right branch for yourself? I would say it's as important as choosing a life partner. That's because your branch is going to be your partner for life. Now, having said that, at this moment, we think about a lot of things. We think about what is the workload going to be like for these 3 years of post-graduation and beyond that as well? What kind of a job profile are you looking for, and what kind of job profile is this particular branch going to offer you? How well we are going to be paid for these 3 particular years, and beyond that, what kind of growth you are aspiring to get to, so there are all these financial aspects also that we take into consideration. And moreover, yes, we make professional as well as personal commitments along the way, right? And circumstances change. What remains is your interest. Your interest is the very, very important factor which you should keep in mind while deciding the branch for yourself, because you see, everything in your life will ultimately more often revolve around your profession, around your particular branch. That's why it's a very crucial decision to take, I would say. Now, talking about obstetrics and gynecology as a branch, so I'm here to give you the pros and cons of being an obstetrician and gynecologist, let's say in the current scenario of things, right? So let's talk about the good things first, the pros first. Obs and Gynae gives you a good mix of, medical and surgical clinical practice at the same time. There are a lot of jobs available. It's not a saturated branch. If you want to settle down immediately after your post-graduation, you can do that as well. You can go on to practicing obstetrics, or maybe branch out into gynecology. You can consider it as a terminal and an end branch. Or if you want to, upgrade your skills further, you want to do new things in the field, there are a variety of options that are coming up. You have the in vitro fertilization specialists, the reproductive medicine, which is an upcoming field, right? You can also branch out into high-risk obstetrics. There is also fellowships in reproductive medicine. There are fellowships in high-risk obstetrics that you can do. You can also branch out into maternal and fetal medicine practice as well, right? So from obstetrics also, there are a variety of, outsprings and, branching fields that are upcoming. Then if you look at the gynecology aspect, you can train yourself into, let's say, abdominal surgeries. There are options of vaginal surgeries which you can get skilled into. Then there are options of minimally invasive surgeries. Laparoscopic surgeries have become the standard of care, right? You can go into fellowships with minimally invasive surgery also. And then you can think about robotic surgery is also a very good upcoming branch, and maybe in another 5 to 10 years we will see it becoming a standard of care. So you have options available where you can align yourself medically, right? Being an obstetrics and gynecologist physician, and you can also upgrade your surgical skills along the way in the future as well. So there are a lot of options open. There is urogynecology also, which is an upcoming branch, right? So traditional thinking has been that yes, it's a terminal end branch, and it is a good terminal end branch. But for those of you who are ambitious, they can go ahead and do wonders in the field, right? So there is a good lot of pros in the branch as well, right? And also this branch offers you a very good opportunity of, working in the grassroots level. I mean, if you look at the status of women healthcare, maternal healthcare in our country, there still needs a lot to be done. So for those of you who are motivated, who are conscious and driven, you can also go ahead and, go along the public health approach, the community health approach, and use your skills there as well for the upliftment of the women and maternal health care as well. So that is an important aspect of our profession that we need to keep alive. I personally believe that. Now, if you look at the cons of the field, right, the disadvantages of being an obstetrics and gynecologist, it's a two-edged sword, I would say, right? I mean, there's a lot of adrenaline rush involved in the branch, right? So there are people who appreciate that adrenaline rush, thrive in that adrenaline. And there are others who want a laid back kind of a life, you don't want that labor room excitement, or you don't feel yourself comfortable in that environment. So fairly enough, I mean, then this is not a branch for you, right? Apart from that, the con would be, yes, long working hours, right? Especially in your post-graduation years, right? Sleepless nights, endless duties, right? Labor room duties can be very exhausting, but that's the part and parcel of this branch, right? Apart from that, if you want to practice obstetrics in the future as well, I mean, you will have to be prepared to wake up in the middle of the night for a call, and some people thrive in that, some people are not comfortable with that, so you will have to choose accordingly, isn't it? So it is a hectic branch, people say, right? It becomes difficult to manage personal and professional life with this particular branch, people say. But I would say that any branch can become hectic or not, depending upon how you choose to practice that branch as well, right? So you need to keep that in mind. You will align your interest first of all. That's what I did, right? And then choose what kind of practice do you want to do, and how you balance your personal and professional aspirations is something that we all do individually in any particular branch, or let's say in any profession, right? So don't let this thought deter you from taking a branch that you are interested in, from taking a branch that you feel that you can excel in, right? So I think interest trumps it all at the end of the day. For me, it did. So I hope for all of you aspirants who are choosing a post-graduation branch right now, you're able to think with all these aspects in mind, but most importantly, think where your interests are aligned. I mean, that's what I would say is the most important factor. Thank you.